Hello, today we are talking about adjectives. So an adjective modifies a noun or a pronoun, and we've already in this video series covered nouns or pronouns. A noun is a person, place, or thing, and a pronoun takes the place of an adjective. Adjectives give descriptions. They give beauty to nouns and pronouns. Adjectives normally answer one of these four questions: how many, which one, what kind, and whose. So you should always ask, why am I learning this? Why do I need to know this? And you need to know adjectives for several reasons. What are the adjectives conveying? So when a writer or a speaker uses adjectives, they do so with a purpose, as we'll see here in this excerpt of a poem by Emily Dickinson. And you can also use adjectives with a purpose to convey what you are trying to say in your messaging. So let's take a quick look at this. There are tons of adjectives. Emily Dickinson, lots of descriptions in her poetry. For every bird a nest, wherefore in timid quest, some little wren goes seeking round, wherefore where boughs are free, households in every tree. So immediately, if I just take a quick look at this poem and I'm thinking, okay, where are the adjectives? I'll notice that every. So we've got every bird and we've got every tree. So if a adjective is used with multiple times, so repetition of an adjective, that kind of signals to me something's important, right? So every bird, every tree, a lot of emphasis that she is talking about birds. She is trying to get the point across that this happens frequently, that birds in the tree, very important. Okay. So then if I jump to the second sentence, wherefore in timid quest, well, quest is a noun, quest. So I can kind of think, well, sometimes people call, being in the military or going off to war a quest. Other times people think, like a quest, they're going to go find something. But a timid quest is interesting because timid is kind of shy or reserved or not necessarily outgoing, timid. And so a timid quest, that gives me pause and kind of, the wheels start spinning about why is it a timid quest? She's got lots in here, but then if we look at this one, free. So this is a predicate adjective, and we'll talk more about those here in a second. But free. So I know that it rhymes with tree. I do understand that. But where boughs are free. So this is branches right here. So free branches. So free for the birds to nest in, to live in. I'm not all the way sure. But if you just take a excerpt of whatever you are reading, look at all the adjectives, you can kind of start to see what the author is conveying. You can also do that with a piece of your own writing. You can look at a paragraph. What adjectives am I using? Is it conveying the appropriate message that I want it to convey? Okay, so there is an example of why we are learning adjectives. So let's dive in a little bit deeper. So many words can be adjectives. We talked about that in the noun video, that lots of nouns can eventually become adjectives, especially proper nouns. And you should understand different types of adjectives so that you can identify them. A really common type of adjective is the predicate adjective. So a predicate adjective is in the predicate portion of the sentence. So when you were younger, you probably had a sentence and your teacher said, draw a line between the subject and the predicates. So if we were to do that right here, so Carlos is sad. Carlos subject is sad predicate. Carlos is sad. We would draw the line right here. And sad is a predicate adjective. Is our linking verb. Sad is being linked to Carlos, sad Carlos. But in English, we wouldn't say sad Carlos, we'd say Carlos is sad. Proper adjectives. This is a really important one, mostly because we do this a lot of times in English, and we do not necessarily capitalize these words. So a proper adjective is derived from a proper noun. Mom makes the best Italian bread. Italian comes from the proper noun Italy. So Italian is capitalized, Italian bread. Additionally, English teachers love to talk about Shakespearean elements or a Shakespearean piece. English teachers will read something and they'll be like, oh, that has a Shakespearean touch to it. Well, Shakespearean is, of course, from the noun Shakespeare, a person, a proper noun. And so Shakespearean, the adjective, is, of course, capitalized as well. So that's it for adjectives today. And be sure that you take a look at adjectives in your reading and writing.